Hey everybody, Brandon with Bearded CB82, and today we're going to be looking, finally, at the Williams 72 tooth, finer tooth ratchets. Now, I'm going to go ahead and compare these to a couple other ones. Colton Evans sent these to me several months back. Been using them ever since, been liking them. Been using this one quite a bit too, so anyways, let's get things turned around and see what they compare to and what I think about them so far. Alright, so I got a couple of other 72 tooths here to compare to. Just a couple that I grabbed right out of my toolbox. Nothing fandangled here, but we're just going to give it a go ahead and good rundown. Now the first thing, and even me and CP had talked about this, and that is knurling done right. Very few companies these days still do knurling. SK, I believe, is one on some of the ratchets yet still do them. But you really don't find this done too often, but needless to say, it is definitely done to perfection. It's very hard to do this even with jig. It's one of those things that they either do it by hand or they do it by a jig, and it is definitely sought after by some. Soft grip nowadays is kind of coming up through the lines, you know, no biggie there. I do like how it's got the I-beam style on that, and then roto head, well, knockers knows me. I like my regular ratchets or flex head, locking flex head ratchets in particular, but well, do some size comparison here. As you can see, just on 3/8 to 3/8, this does have a little bit more meat to it because it is a dual pawl action, but I haven't taken these ones apart yet, but I'm pretty sure if we were to take it apart, the engaging pawl that engages the anvil is going to be probably close to the same size as the one on here. You just got two of them slightly offset, give you that 72 tooth action. And about the sound, yes, I know some people hate that, some people love it. Me, there's a Capri. I have greased this one not too long ago, so you know, this one has been a little tank by all means, and then Snap-on F72. Obviously 1/4 inch size stuff, but you know, whatever, doesn't matter. And then the 1/2 inch. The 1/2 inch is definitely one that I do use the most. This was pretty much a daily driver. It's got nice long length to it, the better part of 14 inches there on this guy. And for those of you that also like how the strength can be built up through the I-beam style, you can put a pipe over this if you got something stubborn, just to let you know. But always be careful should you ever try to cheat things around that way. Definitely a heavy head, not much of one for inside of tight spaces, so to speak. Definitely got a solid engagement on your selector switch. And other than that, very easy to do one-handed as well. So you can either go one way or the other. This one is primarily been my spark plug ratchet here lately, but this one does see daily services. As you can obviously tell, it is not babied by any means on there, but finish holds up the exact same as anything else you'd expect from akin quality. Snap-on, I've showed you all those, plenty of other videos, so oh well. Now some people want to talk about costs. I don't know right off the top of my head what these run. I want to say it was like 40-ish some odd maybe for this 1/2 inch. When I looked them up, and I forget on the 3/8. Some people will say for what you can get in a 72 tooth, depending on what you're looking for. There are competitive options out there, and also a lot of people are going to the 84 tooth and 90 tooth game. For a DIYer, or, well, I've used these ones professionally in the shop here for a couple years. The Capri will get stuff done. Snap-on, yeah, I don't even have to worry about mentioning how often I've been using those over the past decade. But for these guys, for somebody that doesn't want to spend tool truck money on made in the USA, this, again, is a viable option. It is a little bit more fine tooth than your 36 tooth ones. You do have a thicker head. You do have to consider. Farmers, guys like that, all y'all working on big old equipment, I still want, like I said, pretty much exactly tool truck quality, something a little bit different than your standardized tool truck quality. You have this. And there are a lot of other options out there for people that are definitely more concerned and on price, starting off, things of that nature. Yeah, can't go wrong with can't go wrong with the GOAT by any means. Snap-on, definitely top of the line, and these guys are definitely runners up in there. Not a lick of issues with these things, and they can definitely take it by all means right now. So just been using these for oh boy, 4 or 5 months now, give or take, a few weeks in between there. Been loving them, very good. If anybody that's in particularly very concerned about still buying domestic, you have this option without having to spend, yeah, because this little bitty ratchet, well, you could buy a couple pairs of these, needless to say, for the cost of that little guy. And I'll just leave it at that. So, got any questions down below? Please leave them down in the comments. Greatly appreciated. Any trolls, I'll be dealing with you personally. And other than that, remember, shop safety is just as important as firearm safety. You screw something up, somebody could die. And we'll catch you later, and y'all have a wonderful weekend.